They also studied the way gay and straight people talk.
Hi, I like Marvel Comics.
Sounds straight to me.
And is straight.
Hi, I like DC Comics.
Gay.
Hey everybody, it's been about 2 months since I've recorded a video. It's been a while, but here we are. I take it back. It has been 2 months. I did do a video more recently. I was with a friend and we were actually driving somewhere. This guy's like, Steve, well, how do you do these videos? And then I said, no, I'll just show you. And so I did this video with this guy in the car, and he's laughing his ass off the whole time silently. It was fun. And then he got to see, the guy's like, Phil, I can't believe you do your videos this way, but that's how it goes. Anyway, so it's been a while, so I'm rusty. I apologize. Maybe it doesn't feel like anything new to you. I did warn you that, the videos are all sprinkled all over everywhere. Is this how you should do a channel? No. Am I a serious person who's actually respecting his audience? I mean, somewhat. I respect my audience, but if doing a quality job with these videos equals respect, then I guess I would have to say probably not. But I do like that you're listening. I'm giving you what I have to give. There you have it. Anyway, I wanted to do this topic because just today they announced the casting for the Fantastic Four for the character of Silver Surfer. Now, if you're a Fantastic Four fan, then you know the Silver Surfer obviously has been a character who has been going on for a while. But they cast a woman in the role of Shala Bal. Now, if you're a fantastic, I'm going to give you the Cliff Notes version of this. Norrin Rad was trying to save his planet from destruction. Well, somewhat because he cared about the billions of people on that planet, but mostly because he was horny for old Shala Bal, who was his girlfriend, love interest, whatever else, and he couldn't bear the thought of that poon getting devoured by Galactus. And so he went up to Galactus and basically offered to be his herald and help him find planets if in return he would spare Zinla, the planet, and Shala Bal. And a billion other people, because why not? But, he was hitting Shala Bal, so that was what he really cared about. So that's how the Silver Surfer came to be, and it's kind of a tragic story. And then, he was trying to kind of reconnect with Shala Bal, but then, he was silver and had no penis anymore. And so, there's lots of problems with this relationship. But Shala Bal is really created to, by the way, if there's a legit story behind here, I'm giving you both the Cliff Notes version and a highly sarcastic version. So what I'm saying right now isn't untrue, but it's, I'm definitely giving you the silly version of what went on. So anyway, so they cast this actress to be the Silver Surfer in the new movie, and they say she'll play Shala Bal, who is the Silver Surfer. Now, in the 616 continuity, which is the mainline continuity, the MCU, many of us speculated, has been patterned more off of the Ultimate Universe. I don't remember the number there. Somebody can tell me out in the comments, like 1449 or some crazy ass number is the MCU or Ultimate Universe. But the MCU is also not exactly the Ultimate Universe either, because the whole idea of Galactus and Silver Surfer and some of this stuff is different, undoubtedly by the casting for what they're doing, Kang, other things. So the MCU is not the Ultimate Universe. It's some, yet different version of the multiverse. We don't have a true 616 version. So you can make the argument that hey, Marvel, MCU, Disney is not technically, violating continuity because they're not doing 616. They're doing some other version of the Marvel Universe, so they can kind of do whatever they want. But that said, that's somewhat of a disingenuous argument because 99.9% of the Silver Surfer appearances has been the Norrin Rad, silver, eunuch, no dick, guy flying around on a surfboard through space. And that's just what they've done. So to say, well, who's to say what continuity is? Well, logic would say that because, again, this character is exhibited the same way, mainline 616, Ultimate Universe, in this way. The only time Shala Bal showed up as the Silver Surfer was in the Earth X series, which is a good series, by the way, but a very limited part of the continuity. So that hasn't really been referenced anywhere. They haven't tapped into much of it, and Shallowball appeared for like a page and a half and was destroyed. So it's not exactly a legendary appearance of Shallowball as Silver Surfer. So I'm not in favor of it. Now, I've said this a couple places. I'm not in favor of the gender swap Silver Surfer. To which immediately people are like, well, technically she was the Silver Surfer in this one appearance in this one book that is the 0.1% of all the appearances of Silver Surfer. So you're wrong. And to that I say, come on, can we stop just being a-holes about this? Just stop. Okay? The problem is this argument. And by the way, some people came in and started arguing with me on Twitter about this, and I just went to instant mute, or if they were really salty, instant block right off the bat. And I guarantee you, behind the block, some of these people are going, "Perch is a coward." Well, fuck off. You could call me whatever you want, but I'm not in the mood anymore for complete disingenuous bullshit arguments. I'm just tired of it. There's a lot of really good, happy, honest, fun conversations we can have about comics. I'm not in the mood for somebody who's like, well, who's to say what gender Silver Surfer is? Because in one comic in 2 pages, she appeared this way. So, I mean, that could be the legitimate Silver Surfer. Oh, again, fuck off. We've had 5 decades of the Silver Surfer appearing in the same format, hundreds, if not 1,000 issues of the Silver Surfer showing up the exact same way. You're going to tell me that 1,000 issues is balanced by a page and a half where Shallowball, like in a what-if version? I mean, if we're going to go down that path, there has been a what-the version of the Silver Surfer where he is a duck on a surfboard. We've seen one where he's like a Elmer Fudd-like character on a surfboard. We've seen one where he is like a lounge singer with a Hawaiian shirt and a mustache looking like Tom Selleck on a surfboard. Why aren't we saying that a duck is in continuity? I mean, fuck it. Why not? Nothing matters and everything matters. Why not? But the point here is the Silver Surfer has primarily looked like one version of the character. So if you're going to make suddenly it to be a woman, and by the way, the woman in question, the actress, is a good actress. Why not? Fun. But the crazy part about diversity in this case is Marvel Comics as a whole, as a universe, has tons of diversity. You do not need to say we're going to cast a female Silver Surfer because there's one page appearance. That was what we're going to do, and then we're going to argue with fans saying, I don't know, here she shows up this way, so it's equal. That's just not true. It's not true. You're not arguing in a fair way. You're not arguing in a fair way. This is just somebody who's jerking off. So that's why I just mute and block at this point, because it's like I'm not in the mood to be part of your whatever silly masturbation game you're doing over Twitter, where you're like, I get to call somebody a bigot today. No, these people are always, by the way, the closet racists, pedophiles, everything else. Every time. So I'm not a fan of it because I believe that you should just represent the characters. The character's been represented for the vast majority of what you've got. And again, Marvel has a lot of female characters, different, like they've got plenty. It's not like they're like starved for this. Why not do something else? For that matter, as if you're going Heralds of Galactus, Frankie Ray, character, woman, Herald of Galactus, you could do that one. Why not? Why not exhaust the legitimate badass women characters in the Marvel Universe before you start mixing them up? There's no need to. You've got tons of women characters you can do amazing things with. Tons. Why not? Hey, you did kind of Ant-Man and the Wasp. Why not do a Wasp solo movie? Why not? I mean, why? Again, you've got lots of options here. But the other point I wanted to make about Fantastic Four, and this is the real thing that bothers me, because I'm not bothered by a woman being cast as Silver Surfer. Again, you can do it. You can do what you want. I just think it's dumb, and I would personally, my opinion, prefer that you use a version of the character we've seen much more often. But my real problem is I don't want to see a Silver Surfer male, female, androgynous eunuch at all in the first Fantastic Four movie. Because the whole cosmic element, this is a problem with the MCU. Everybody's like, it's gender swaps, that kind of stuff. That is not the main problem. The main problem is these movies are unrestrained clusterfucks. You're introducing 4 brand new characters, only one of which has had a brief cameo in the Doctor Strange movie, and you've changed it to a different actor. You should pace yourself. If you truly want to make a franchise, you do not just vomit out like Silver Surfer, Galactus, the cosmic shit. You know they're going to cram in like Doctor Doom, Mole Man, Blastar, Annihilus. They're going to they're going to just shove in all kinds of shit in there. Don't do that. The very first Fantastic Four movie should not have the fucking Silver Surfer in it. The Silver Surfer in the comics came many issues later. And this was back when they were introducing crazy cosmic concepts. So the Fantastic Four was well established. They had dealt with the Wizard. They dealt with Doctor Doom. They dealt with Namor. They dealt with the Mole Man. They dealt with all kinds of characters before we got to Galactus and the Silver Surfer. So I don't want to see it at all. Now, maybe, by the way, what we're going to find is that there's like some 20-second clip at the beginning of the movie going, the Fantastic Four or traveling to many different dimensions, and there's cosmic entities, and then the shallow ball goes flying by on a surfboard for all like 2 seconds, and that's it. In which case, we're all getting pissed off over nothing. Possible. But the real thing that I think is important for these movies, which is not related to race, gender, sexuality, any of that, is fucking pace yourself. You know, I mean, the Avengers movie was built up off of a lot of solo movies. And in it, you had Loki and you had the Chitauri, and then you had a very brief post-cameo appearance of Thanos. Today's Marvel, and it worked, people liked it. Today's MCU would have had the Masters of Evil in there, the Wrecking Crew, the Hood, like five other characters. Like they would have just vomited this shit out. There's no restraint to any of this. You look at that Ant-Man Quantumania. You had Kang as a villain. But what the hell was up with, like, why was Bill Murray in that movie? Did he just get drunk and kind of wander on the set one day? Who are all these aliens? What is going on? None of that made any goddamn sense. I mean, when I say it doesn't make sense, of course, I followed the movie. I know what was going on. I'm just saying, as story writing, it was like it was insanity. You just insert all of this shit at like this crazy breakneck pace. I mean, the Black Widow movie, I think a spy, more grounded kind of film would have been a good idea, and I think it would have been fun. You know, do your James Bond with the Black Widow. That'd have been fun. But we're gonna go ahead and put in, a bunch of the Russian Guard. We're gonna put in, we're gonna put in Taskmaster. We're gonna put in the Red Room. Like, you guys got to pace yourself. And so the thing that I'm most bothered by is not the gender of the Silver Surfer character. It's the fact that it's movie number one where we have to introduce the family, and we're just like, fuck it, just put everything into this thing. That is the recipe for how these movies fail. And we've been seeing this for a while now. These characters just thrown in, no rhyme, no reason. They don't stick. They don't have the gravitas of what they should have. And the fact is, a cosmic element to the MCU could be very powerful. The Guardians of the Galaxy kept things relatively constrained, and you could piggyback off of that. I mean, they're going to, maybe not, they're going to do Star-Lord movie, a solo movie, having him out there, and then slowly introducing Nova, Moondragon, Annihilus, some of these other characters, could be a lot of fun. But if you try and throw all of them into the same movie, you're just, that's insane movie making. It's stupid. So that's my perspective. I'm curious what y'all think. Again, the videos are like, Disney woke again. Silver Surfer's got boobs. And I agree. It's just, at this point, it's self-defeating because you have a character that's been in tons of appearances looking one way, and you're like, you know what? We're just going to fucking change it for no apparent reason. Meanwhile, we've got dozens, if not hundreds, of Marvel women we're just going to do nothing with because, who cares about that? We'd rather own the chuds. I have no idea what the motivation is at this point. But more importantly, why are we throwing the cosmic characters into this movie in the first place? And I'll add this disclaimer. Maybe I go and watch this movie and I'm like, holy shit, they pulled it off. Good for them. They pulled it off. I don't know how. I was betting against them. I didn't believe it. Like X-Men 97. The animation looked like shit. Disney's reputation is bad. I'm like, this is not going to do well. I watched 3 episodes now. It's like, man, this is pretty goddamn good. Okay. Nope, no problem. A little rushed, but all right. I was wrong. I love to be wrong with that kind of stuff. Like, oh, you're gonna give me better than I was expecting? The hell yeah. Who doesn't want that? So maybe this will turn out okay. But, there's been a track record here and a formula of how the MCU does this stuff, and it does not work. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you for listening.